Hey guys, how's it going? I am Danconia and welcome back to the Overwatch League Roundup. Yes, I am back, and after a week's break, the Overwatch League Roundup is back, and we are going into the playoffs. Yes, it's time for these teams to battle it out for the big cash. Now, we're going to start this off with the map pool. We are going into two quarterfinals. These quarterfinals will be the Philadelphia Fusion taking on the Boston Uprising, and then the London Spitfire taking on the LA Gladiators. They will be played with two different map pools because these games are a best of 3. These teams will play 3 sets of maps, so i.e. like 3 matches. Philadelphia Fusion will take on the Boston Uprising on Thursday, July the 12th at 1 AM. They will play the first map pool. The first map pool is Dorado, Oasis, Eichenwald, which we haven't seen since Stage 1, Volskaya Industries, and Junkertown. London Spitfire will take on the Los Angeles Gladiators at 3 AM on July the 12th, and they will be playing on the second map pool first, if that makes any sense. This is made up of Junkertown, Lijiang Tower, Kings Row, Hanamura, and Dorado. Both map pools have a tiebreaker of Nepal. These pools will then switch around, so Philadelphia Fusion and Boston will play each other on Saturday, July the 14th at 1 AM. Now in this second match, they will play the second map pool, which is the Junkertown, Lijiang, Kings Row, Hanamura, Dorado map pool. London Spitfire and the Los Angeles Gladiators will play at 9 PM that day, and they will play the first map pool, which is the Dorado, Oasis, Eichenwald, Volskaya, Junkertown pool. Now, if these teams are 1-1 at the end of those 2 matches, they will go to a third match, which will be played directly after the second match. And that will be the decider. I don't know what the map pool is for that, unfortunately. Probably a mix of the two, I don't know. Now, before we move on to anything else, let's do some analysing of these 4 teams and their chances. Now, Boston Uprising are bouncing up and down. Why might that be? Because Volskaya is in the rotation. It's in the pool, it's in the first pool, and Boston Uprising are unbeaten on Volskaya. They have 1 draw, 10 wins on Volskaya Industries. Fantastic news for Boston Uprising. Now, you may have heard it. Very bad news for London Spitfire is that Oasis is in the pool. London Spitfire's best control is Nepal, and Nepal is the tiebreaker. Problem is, it's a best of 5. So we are unlikely to go to that tiebreaker. If we do, then it's in London Spitfire's favour. The map pool is not in London Spitfire's favour whatsoever. Yeah. So London have really got to pull their socks up. Philadelphia Fusion are bad on Junkertown, I believe, which is not good for them against Boston. I can see Boston beating the Fusion, and London Spitfire and the Gladiators is an interesting one. On paper, I would say the LA Gladiators will beat the London Spitfire. London Spitfire have never lost to the LA Gladiators. The problem with London Spitfire is they have days when they turn up, and if they really have put if they put their head down, grinded between the end of the season and the playoffs that are coming up, they could win the whole blimmin' thing. They are capable of winning the whole blimmin' thing if they play like they did in Stage 1. If they play like they've done since then, they won't. They won't. Simple as that. At this point, I would back Boston and LA Gladiators to go through though. Sorry Spitfire, I want to see you go through, but I can't trust you. It's as simple as that. Now, I'm going to talk about the format, where will be an Overwatch League Roundup before now, but in the second week of the playoffs, you will get the semi-finals, which is when New York Excelsior and Los Angeles Valiant come into it, the toppers of the two divisions, Atlantic and Pacific. The lowest seed coming from those quarterfinals. Now, Boston would automatically be the highest seed, because I think they finished third. So if Boston win against Fusion, Boston will play LA Valiant, because LA Valiant will play the highest seed coming out of the quarterfinals. So that would mean that regardless of the result, either Spitfire or Gladiators would play New York Excelsior. However, if Philadelphia Fusion beat Boston Uprising, then Philadelphia Fusion will definitely play the New York Excelsior, and London Spitfire or Los Angeles Gladiators will play LA Valiant. So we could see a battle of LA again, which would be something in the, the semi-final. Those map pools are also locked in as the 1 and 2s that I've just read out for the other games. We don't know who's getting what though. So I would assume that whoever lowest seed versus Excelsior, which is on Thursday, July the 19th at 1 AM, will have the first map pool, which is Dorado, Oasis, Iconwald, Volskaya and Junkertown. But I don't know for sure. Week 3 is obviously the grand finals. That is a way away. I'll discuss that after we know. We'll discuss it a bit probably in the next roundup video, but that will be. I hit my microphone. My apologies. That will be for probably after the semi-finals, because the grand finals will be bonkers. But there is other things to discuss. That is the fixtures, and I'll run over them again in a minute. There will be slight alterations. Obviously, we have a new meta. These playoffs will be played on patch 1.25. Now, patch 1.25, if you don't know the numbers, is the patch that introduced new Symmetra. Don't get your hopes up. You will definitely not be seeing new Symmetra in the Overwatch League for the rest of the season. You won't be seeing her in these playoffs. She will be locked out, like she is currently in competitive. She will be locked out, and they will not be able to play her. What this does mean, though, is you will see new Hanzo. You will see the Brigitte nerfs. So this is the controversy around stage 4, when we perhaps could have seen new Hanzo, but it was a bit buggy. One of the patches was a bit buggy with the spectator system. This also means we will be seeing new Horizon Lunar Colony with those changes with the stairs, so on and so forth. There's also some alterations to Doomfist, McCree. There's just Deadeye range, so it's probably not really that useful. Orisa, her ultimate cost is reduced by 15%. Obviously, Symmetra changes aren't coming through, so don't get your hopes up for any Symmetra. You're not going to see it, because you're not even going to see old Symmetra. Symmetra is just locked out. They can't play Symmetra. So, yeah, we're not going to see her, unfortunately. It's a shame, but hey, you can't have everything, and I hope to see with this new Symmetra more Symmetra in Season 2. Now, we've talked about the map pool. We've talked about who's going to play who. Let's talk about prize pool. Prize pool is as follows. Everyone who is in these playoffs will get some cash. That's how it works. Plus, they've already had cash for their seedings, I believe. Now, 6th place, so whoever gets knocked out first and is lowest seed, I would presume, I don't know, will get $50,000. 5th place will also get $50,000. 4th place will get $100,000. 3rd place will also get $100,000. In the grand final, the runner-up will get $400,000, and the champion of the Overwatch League Season 1 will get $1 million. That's what they're all aiming for. But only one can get the big cash at the end. Now, oh boy, it's going to be really, really interesting. Really interesting. There's no map changes, roster changes that I can think of. Spitfire have now let go their 4 inactive players. And oddly enough, I might touch on it now, is NYXL Academy, or NYXL 2, has picked up TZ and Huyo, which I massive signings, to be quite honest, for XL2. Obviously, Contenders Season 2 was also kicked off. I'm not going to be covering that with the Contenders Roundup, but I will probably touch on it at the end of the group stage or something, I don't know. We will see. The Overwatch League playoffs are almost upon us. I will go over them again. At 1 AM on Thursday, July the 12th, Philadelphia Fusion will play Boston Uprising, the first match of a potential 3. At 3 AM, London Spitfire will take on the Los Angeles Gladiators, the team that the London Spitfire have not ever beaten. Saturday, July the 12th, Philadelphia Fusion will play for the second time against Boston Uprising at 1 AM. If that is 2-0 by then, that is over. Whoever is 2-0 by then will be going through to face either NYXL or LA Valiant, depending on who wins. If they are 1-1 by then at 3 AM that day, you will see Philadelphia Fusion take on the Boston Uprising again for a decider. At 9 PM on Saturday, July the 14th, you will see London Spitfire take on the Los Angeles Gladiators for the second time. If it is 2-0, then one of those teams will take on either New York XL or Los Angeles Valiant, depending on the result of the other match. If it is 1-1 by then at 11 PM that day, you will see the London Spitfire taking on the Los Angeles Gladiators once again for that third and final match in the quarterfinals. Boy oh boy. It's about to get interesting. I will cover the semi-finals when they come around the week after, but it's about to get real interesting. There's a lot of money at stake in the Overwatch League this coming 3 weeks. Well, for the rest of the month really, because the grand finals is on the 28th. Oh, it's getting exciting, boys. Let's go. Now, that is going to be it for this league roundup. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to cover. We are about to get some real good Overwatch to see and watch. Oh, I hate saying Overwatch and Overwatch. I hate to say watch and Overwatch. That's annoying. But I'm going to leave it here for now. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one. See you then.